Friday, July 17th edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Meteorologist Matthew East here with you. There's the Fury 325 camera, courtesy of our friends over at carowinds.com. We have a temperature near the Charlotte area at 69 degrees during the 5 o'clock hour on this Friday morning. Still a northeasterly wind in place. That a little bit of a break from the heat and the humidity, at least the oppressive heat and humidity, sticks around for one more day before the higher heat and humidity levels surge back in here over the weekend. Yesterday, 91, the high in Charlotte and Fayetteville. Still 98, though, in Columbia. That's where it's been hotter, still down that way. 85 in Greensboro, 86 for high in Raleigh. There's your triad highs, mainly mid-80s out there yesterday afternoon. Charlotte viewing area, upper 80s to lower 90s as our Thursday afternoon rolled along. These are 5:30 temperatures this morning on our Friday. 81 in Myrtle Beach, 72 in Fayetteville. Columbia at 78, 74 in Charlotte. A lot of the Piedmont spots down into the 60s away from the larger observing sites, so most of the Triad viewing area, some of the Charlotte viewing area in the 60s. You see Raleigh and Greenville, North Carolina at 68. Mountains largely in the 60s too. No storm reports across the Carolinas yesterday. Actually one wind damage report in Tennessee. A couple of lightning issues around the area near and just west of Jacksonville. But here's where the big problems were yesterday. Parts of Iowa, northeastern Missouri, and especially western Illinois. I'll show you a couple photos in just a second from that way. Now this is the past couple of hours of radar data and satellite imagery. You see we do have some clouds developing overhead. That should basically mix out to just some scattered cumulus clouds as we go deeper into the day. Things really very quiet still across the eastern part of the country once you get south of the Great Lakes region. That's where you have some rain and thunderstorm activity rolling through on this Friday morning. All right, there you go. I mentioned Illinois, Monmouth, Illinois. There's the big tornado on the ground yesterday evening. There were several tornado issues up that way. There's another tornado photo from Illinois yesterday evening, that tornado being illuminated by a flash of lightning. Pretty rough stuff up that way. Now again, we've had a little break from the heat and the humidity, but you look off to the southwest, the heat has been cranking here across the southern plains and the deep south, parts of the Tennessee Valley, and even into much of South Carolina. And that heat set to return this weekend. That warm front lifting our way. Now the heat kind of held in check in North Carolina for one more day. Your highs today, I'll show you that in just a second, but I need to mention the rain chances. A few isolated showers, even this morning, a couple of isolated showers, raining a possibility. But I think for the I-85 corridor, similar to yesterday, most of us staying rain-free. There's your highs on this Friday. Now, tomorrow, that warm front off to the north, the heat returning across the region due to the higher heat content of the air mass more unstable. And we're looking at a decent chance of some scattered showers and thunderstorms out there. There's your Saturday highs. It's getting hotter again out there. Sunday, we continue to crank up the heat. We also will continue to see the chance of some scattered showers and thunderstorms. There's your Sunday highs across the region. Monday, that cold front you saw a minute ago, it begins to approach. This is the European model solution. A few showers and thunderstorms a possibility. Same story on Tuesday with some shower and thunderstorm chances. And the heat just continues. This is Monday, really hot day in many spots across the region. Tuesday, not much better. And really, I think most of next week across the Piedmont zones of North Carolina, we'll continue to see highs well up into the 90s. If you are beach bound, there's a look this morning from the Avalon Pier web camera, and not too bad along the coast if you're headed that way. A couple of storms a possibility on a daily basis, maybe Sunday featuring the best chance over the next few days with highs in the upper 80s and lower 90s. And water temperatures looking pretty good. A lot of the Carolina water temperatures well into the 80s until you get to the Outer Banks, and that's when you have some 70s for those water temperatures, but looking pretty good. All right, in the tropics, the Atlantic Basin remaining very quiet. No issues in the Gulf of Mexico, Caribbean Sea remaining pretty quiet as well, and so is most of the Atlantic Ocean. Now over in the eastern Pacific, that is Hurricane Dolores churning off of the Baja Peninsula. It will likely stay offshore while continuing to weaken and probably just kind of spinning itself down out there in the eastern Pacific waters. All right, that is it for today's edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Everybody have a great day and a great weekend, and God bless.